All right, wrapping things up today with a combo that we've not played in this format before, but it seems neat. So Gitrog Monster here says, whenever a land, one or more lands is put into your graveyard from anywhere, draw a card. Underrealm Lich says, if you would draw a card, instead look at the top 3, put 1 into your hand, put the rest into your graveyard. So, how this works is, with Underrealm Lich and Gitrog Monster in play, if you go to draw a card, and there's a land in your top 3 that you can bin, you can repeat this over and over and over again. So for a lot of configurations of our deck, we get to loop through almost the entirety of our deck, drawing a bunch of cards, putting almost all of our deck into our bin, which will let us get to Thassa's Oracle here, with which we can eventually win the game. Now, we've surrounded the core of this deck with some ramp, some interaction, and then Wilderness Reclamation here to pair with Vivien's Arkbow, because Arkbow can kind of pull all of our different creature elements together out of the deck. So let's hop on into a few matches with this and see how it goes. What is deck of the day so far? Probably Yarok Field. The Yarok Field set was really good. That deck's great. Perfect. The Fall of the Thran deck felt like it had potential. We tried a couple different configurations and it felt like there might really be something there. Massacre Girl with Gitrog Monster, call her Rosie the Riveter. That's a nickname. I think I'm just playing the land and passing here with Frilled Mystic up. Merchant of the Veil. Okay, so they're a Phoenix deck. Is that what's going on? Yep, looks like it. They ditched a burb. Gross. Feels dead, man. A lot of decks have graveyard hate in this format. Not all of them, but a number of them. Give him the old stink eye there. Oh, Brittany Ray. Contracted in prison. Gosh, the prison system's gonna be a total disaster for this whole thing, isn't it? The prison system in the United States is a disaster regardless, but it's gonna be extra. US has the most inmates per capita of any country in the world, right? It's one of the other sickening things we allowed people to make profit off of in this country. I'm just gonna I probably should have countered the opt. I'm gonna counter this on the off chance they don't have another instant or sorcery in their hand already. Probably do, so we're probably dead, but you know. Details. Ceratops can block. Disfigure at least sets them back for a turn. Chupacabra and Frilled Mystic are both pretty slow. Just bring in a couple of Maelstrom Pulse in case they can survive a hit and kill all of them, I suppose. Kill all the birds. Sure. There's enough creatures after board for Arkbow? Probably not. What if we just be lucky, Marty? Do you consider that? It's always enough creatures if you're lucky. This is one of those cards I always loved, but always felt like it was a little bit too weak for a lot of what you have going on. Although, with Reclamation here, doubling up our mana, it's kinda exciting. The Gitrog Monster! The Gitrog Monster, chat! He's here and he's hangry. Oh, it can cycle any land to draw a card. That's awesome. Oh, did I forget to play my extra land for the turn? I totes forgot I could have played another land. I was just so excited to put the frog into play. That's great. Alright, there's a shifty boy. Frog should have reach. Yeah, its tongue should lash up and take these phoenixes out of the sky, huh? BS. Okay, so because I hit this blue source, I think I'm supposed to Arkbow. My play to win line here is I can Arkbow for 5, hit the Underrealm Lich, and then combo them this turn, right? I think is the line. So I have to hit Lich in these 5 cards. Probably did. Yeah, I get to draw 2. All right, this is 2 redraws because we drew Fabled Passage. All right, last hit. Rats. We had a shot to combo them there. If we would have hit the Underrealm Lich off that bow during our upkeep, we'd have been okay. Ended up just being a little bit too far behind there because we missed. Had the extra threat. Yeah, Phoenix deck looks neat. I wonder if it can consistently generate pressure to go over the top of Field of the Dead, in the literal sense. This is probably fine. Fabled Passage is a scotch awkward with Frilled Mystic, but we'll bottom one of these. And if we can't cast the other, we can always discard it to Arkbow. We could also just, like, draw to their black source and have Chupacabra get an Islander for us with this. And Cavalier hurts Phoenix. Yeah, the Yarok field deck's probably okay there. It's probably pretty good against the Golos field deck, though. That one's pretty linear and doesn't tend to have Cavalier in it. Hey, Giants, thanks for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Alright. Are we dead? Feel kind of dead. We'll get to Chupacabra, Steamkin next turn. We drew the black source at least, so we'll get to hold up. We'll have mana for Frilled Mystic the turn after too, which is nice. Can't be dead, we drew the namesake. Something like that. Brrr. We're gonna take 4 more here. Alright, if we untap with Frog, there's a chance we kill them next turn. End Wars. I agree with your username. Thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome to Hooglandia. Hope you're having a wonderful weekend wherever you're at in the world. If I block here and they Ember Cleave this, they would need Ember Cleave plus another spell, right? Because they have to pull counters off of this to Ember Cleave. And then this would be a 6/7. Well, this makes mana. Chilean, thank you for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think I do this because it makes them need Lightning Strike. I guess this leaves me dead to Lightning Strike and Wizard's Lightning. But like if they have Lightning Strike or Wizard Lightning, they would kill this anyways. So, if I find the Lich, I could kill them this turn, theoretically, right? And, like, we're not winning this game unless we combo here, so let's go for the gold again. They're gonna, like, kill us in response here. They just didn't kill us on their turn while they were tapped out. Hopefully they're just doing this so they can auto-pass and not because we're dead. Alrighty. How lucky are we? So we have to put a land into the graveyard, right? We took one into your hand, the other go into your graveyard. Okay, so we could fully pop off here. Draw another card. Okay, so this is a blue source, right? Draw another card. No! Oh, wait. This gives us a redraw, right? That's why it's extra good, too? So we missed, but this is a redraw now? Oh, I also... Oh, I don't have painless blue sources, do I? And we bricked again, so it doesn't matter? This deck's weird. That's true, it's not a blue source with Miller Island? Okay. That's fine. We bricked and died anyways, right? Gosh, maybe this deck wants a bunch of buddy lands in it instead of a bunch of shocks. What's going on, Lurgoyf? If you're into Weekend Hoagland, you're gonna enjoy it. Shouldn't hitting 2 lands trigger Frog twice? It does not. So, Frog is worded in a way that says when 1 or more lands are put into your graveyard from anywhere, draw a single card. That's a good question, but dumping multiple does not trigger Frog multiple times. It's one ability, putting 1 or more lands into your discard pile. Alright, hopefully we get to do the thing at least once. Oh. Doke. I think I hold on to this. It's just like a 1/3 blocker here. Might want more lands. Hypergeo is 1 and 3 is 84%. Yeah, that's a fair assessment. I actually went up 1 land from the original submission, but yeah, 84 might not be enough. Especially because of how many times it has to go right for us to do it. It's like, what? Let's play with the numbers. So 27 is 84%. 28 is 85. It doesn't go up that much when you add. So like if you get up to 30 lands, you get up to 88%. So like each land is like a little more than 1%. I'm gonna submit 0. We're just like looking for Gitrog Monster at this point. Yeah, so the calculation I'm doing is what is the probability of hitting 1 or more lands in 3 cards top 10 hammer? And with 27, it's about 85%. There are apparently giants above me. Or 6-year-olds, one of the two. Hard to tell sometimes, you know, one of the two. Giants would be quieter. Okay. What if I block here? I just put them on cleave, right? So I block here. What are the chances we hit an 84%? That's a good point, because that's the actual calculation you want to do. 0.16 raised to the 8. Or sorry, it's 0.84 raised to the 8.
Daddy!
Yes, child.
I want a show.
You want to watch a show? Yeah, ask mommy and she'll put a show on for you, bud.
Her can't find the remote.
She can't find the remote. Tell her to use her phone.
Or me. Her can't use her phone because they're putting a show for Jacob. So you put it for me. I'm going to watch Power Rangers upstairs.
You want to watch what?
Samurai Power Ranger. Samurai.
Samurai Power Rangers. Here, take my phone. Tell her to play it from my phone.
That's what I'm trying to ask you I wanted.
Oh, that's what you were trying to ask me? So, we still can't win from this position though, right? Because like I can't put 2 lands into play. Contengi, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Yeah, this, mathematically speaking, this deck seems dubious. So like I eyeballed this and I was like, oh, that's probably fine. But when you sit down and actually compute what the odds are of it breaking it, it's actually quite high, right? He's a candidate I would vote for. He's a little bit young. Little bit young. Alright, so we'll take... We put a land in the bin. We get to go again. We put a land in the bin. We get to go again. I guess if we untap with both of these, it's fairly likely, right? Blocking with Lich costs 1 life and kills... No, because we're gonna win. We're gonna win or lose this turn. So I think we're gonna get to do the thing here. So again, every time we put a land in the bin, we get to draw another card, which mills us through. And this should eventually flip our entire deck into the bin here. And there's a Thassa's Oracle in here that we're gonna find. We've not played a card for the turn. We are currently in... Alright, so there's 6 cards left in my deck. So I get to discard a land here. No, I already did my draw step. So we bricked twice now while going off. And then we bricked again here. But so there's 3 cards left in my bin. So now I can do this and draw a card. And now we play Thassa's Oracle and we win with the trigger. So that's the plan. I'm not saying it's nice when a plan comes together, but that's the general idea is attempt to do that. That is the thing we are looking to accomplish. It involves untapping with 2 5-mana creatures, but oh, we should take Ghost Quarters in situations like that, because if we make land drops, they give us redraws. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. If there's land in your bottom 3, don't you deck with triggers? I don't think so. Is that how Magic works? I don't think that's how Magic works. Ooh, their start's really slow. That's exciting. Yeah, you don't lose to decking with Lich in play, right? Because Lich replaces. It says if you would draw a card instead, do this other thing. Yeah. I was pretty sure that was how Magic worked, but it's nice to confirm. Hoping to find a land here. Yikes! 27 lands later, chat. 27 lands later. Well, if we find a land, there's going to be quite the massacre. Bye, friends. Bone Crusher's ready. God, are we gonna pass and they're not gonna have a board? That's so good for us. So good. So good. Do 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 beep boop boop boop. Beep 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 do 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 do. Yeah, not every weekend stream's gonna go quite this late. But I wanted to do 4 decks today, and the ones we did ran kind of long, so, you know, details. I think we're about to win in the fairway here. Our start's just a little bit slow. They have priority because they're supposed to be getting a mountain out of their deck with this Assassin's Trophy. Put a stop on my upkeep again here so we can float mana with the thing we're about to eat. All right, do we want to up the land count in here so we can... What do I trim if I want to get another couple lands in here? It's probably like Trophy and Chupacabra. Our creature count's already a little on the low side. Maybe I cut the Massacre Girl from the 75. Yeah, putting a couple of cycling lands in here might be fine. Yeah, I think we want all 4 Arkbow because Arkbow is a card that even when... What's the best way to finish my thought? Arkbow is a card where when you draw multiples, you discard the second bow to the first bow. So it's like one of those legendary cards where, like, if your deck wants that legendary card, there's a pretty low cost to playing 4 of them because the first one gives you something to do with the extra copies that should otherwise be dead with the normal legendary effect. It's like Liliana, for example, or Liliana the Veil, or like Flip Jace from back in the day. Yes, yep, ditching a land. Yeah, like how Annex turns into 4 tokens, another good example in Standard. Where it's like the fail case when you draw multiple of them is like still pretty high. The second Judith is a forked bolt, yeah. Good examples from Standard there. Alright. Well, I'm glad we went up to 29 lands, because I just, like, want to draw lands for the rest of this game now. Yeah. This will put us up to 21. Hopefully it'll draw us a land and let us get up to 5 here. Perfect. Clothis is going to eat that next turn, but that's not too big of a deal. Underrealm Lich will be a little bit of a defensive Dorkin play. So I can pay 4 life to become indestructible. Yep, down to 17. Going down to probably 14. Maybe 11 if they have a haster. Alright, you've got an extra mana. What are you going to do with it? Okay. Can we win this game? There's a reasonable chance we combo them next turn, right? Like, I have Trophy plus Frilled Mystic here. So we just like hope for no cleave. Okay. Okay, so they're probably dead. Sandbar gives us redraws. We're doing well, Ironclad. So again, every time there's a land in this set of cards, we get to repeat and mill 3. And the goal here is that we keep milling 3 until our deck is empty, and then we play Thassa's Oracle and we win the game with that. We did technically brick here, but then this was during our upkeep, so we get a draw step, so we get a chance again. We also have the Psycho land to get a repeat with, and we have the Bow discarding a land to get a repeat with. So we're incredibly unlikely to brick off here. Ghost Quartering ourselves gives us a redraw. Oh yeah, this technically gives us +2 devotion too. It's a good call. So this is actually 2 triggers because it puts 2 lands in our bin. Yeah. I don't know if this deck is good, but it's certainly great. Oh, Thassa's Oracle. Trigger. Num 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 num. Alright, Gruul. Maelstrom Pulse, Massacre Girl, maybe Disfigure. So if you have Lich in play, you can't deck out, chat. So Lich prevents you from decking out. Or you don't lose because you decked out with Lich in play. I guess is the correct thing to say. Because Lich is saying you're not drawing cards, you're instead looking. So you can't lose the game from having an empty deck while you have Lich in play. Yeah, you just don't draw any more cards the rest of the game when your deck's empty. I'm sorry I missed that, opponent. Which figure did you want me to do? This one right here? What happens to Chains of Mephistopheles with Lich in play? Chains is just a replacement effect, right? Oh, I'm dumb. I should have disfigured that. I just assumed they made a land drop. I should have gone tapped land, kill your elf again. Should have done that last turn. Yeah, the reclamations are for Arkbow. You can also, like, in a dream world, the reclamations let you combo on turn 6. So, like, you play reclamation turn 4 with an Arkbow in play, and then turn 5, you, like, play one of your 2 combo pieces, and then you untap, and then you bow into the second one. I dedicate this missed land drop to my book, 26 lands later. And by that, I mean this deck has 29 lands in it now, I believe. Hashtag never lucky. I think we're dead here. It's like I can kill their stuff here, but like this is just gonna hammer me over the next 2 turns, right? So it's like not gonna show what my removal is. Yeah, the fact that I didn't disfigure the elf on the second elf on 2 was a pretty big mistake when they stumbled. Gruul is one of the better decks in Historic. However, exactly what an optimal build looks like, there's up for some debate. Klothys is a card that we don't always see, but I agree with you, it's pretty good. It's one of those cards whenever we play it in Standard or Pioneer or Historic or anywhere, it always overperforms for me. Alright, with the Uro drawn, I think I just play Passage here. So this way I can shock in Breeding Pool as an untapped third land and play Uro guaranteed next turn to get a little bit of acceleration going. I mean, to be fair, it's really easy for Panza to find better cards to play, right? Because that deck's just like pretty medium. So it's not a compliment, right? Perfect. Sick. You love to see it, chat. I think I'm just putting Underrealm Lich into play. And then next turn, I can go Arkbow plus Chupacabra. So I take 9 inside of combat here. And by that, I mean we die to Embercleave, but... okay. Actually, I'm just going to do this. Still kill their thing, take a little bit less damage. Oh, that builds the bin up for Uro. Huh. Do I just Uro this turn then? Probably, right? Oh, that's sick. I mean, like, I knew somewhere in my mind that this was about to happen, but I wasn't emotionally prepared for getting to look at 3 cards again. In my head, I knew it was coming, but like when it popped up on my screen, it was just one of those like, oh, baby type moments. Yeah, Lich is exceeding expectations. Whew. Oh, they had to pump the brakes. That's so good. Oh, I don't have a third black. That's awkward. Go. Wow, are we gonna win this game? I think we're gonna win this game. So then we do the thing, right? We get to loop through our deck and get the Thassa's Oracle and kill them? That was excellent. That was, all right. Sweet memes are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Travel the world and the seven seas. So again, how it works is, as long as one of your top 3 cards has a land in it, you take the non-land, which puts a land into your discard pile, which makes Gitrog trigger to draw another card, which lets you look at your top 3 cards again, rinse and repeat, flip your entire deck over, and then somewhere in there you pick up a Thassa's Oracle, and then you win with the Thassa's Oracle trigger after you flip your deck into the bin. I think I'm supposed to mulligan this because the Fabled Passages are super awkward. This seems reasonable. And like, should you brick off and not have a land in your top 3 to keep repeating things like Ghost Quarter, or just drawing a land into your hand to discard with Arkbow lets you start again to try and recombo. Yeah, it's basically a 2-card combo. How do you win if you mill an Oracle? Don't mill an Oracle, you draw it. So you need to put lands into your bin. So if you see Oracle in the top 3, you take the Oracle. You choose not to mill it. There's also 2 Oracles just in case something goes sideways with one of them, but yeah. Yeah, so Arkbow with Gitrog, you can tap Arkbow for 0, discard a land, and draw a card with Gitrog Monster. And Arkbow lets you find your 2 5-mana creatures. So Arkbow can restart you if you miss on your combo, which is great. And this type of combo shell seems like, as far as like if Gitrog's competitive somewhere in this format, I'll bet it's in a combo deck. Remember that time we had a 29th land to our deck before this set? Pepperidge Farm remembers, chat. Pepperidge Farm remembers the 29th land. Ugh. We even drew 2 extra cards this game? That's so gross. We scryed? I scryed bottom, right? Yeah, we did. Man, we're gonna be too slow because we missed our land drop. You tried being luckier. Being luckier is a strong line. I will take it into consideration for future turns. I don't know that the reclamation plan is good. I am not convinced that the reclamation plan is worthwhile. What if we just, like, put 4 Llanowar Elves in this deck? Is that too much mana? That might be too much mana. I don't know, we've had trouble hitting lands, and like Grazer isn't a mana source on its own. You like need lands with it. We could, if we have Llanowar Elves, we could technically turn 3 our first combo piece, right? Because you can go Elf into second ramp spell into turn 3 combo piece, and then you could combo as early as 5. And like with 4 bows in our deck, there's a little bit, with 4 bows in our deck, there's a little bit less pressure on flooding because the bows can turn potential flood into a useful resource, which is great. Yeah, maybe let's shove some Llanowar Elves in here for the last match after this one. Hey, I think we're just gonna Maelstrom Pulse that one. Looking for our 5-drops. You can always decline on Thassa's Oracle and not take either of the cards. Did they already have the Nissa? Survey says. Okay. Actually, maybe I'm supposed to just fetch with these Fabled Passages because they put cards in the bin for Uro. Yeah, I don't really care about this match result. Let's make a couple of changes to the deck and see how it feels. I think I want to go up. We're not playing 4 of each of the 5-mana combo pieces either. So I think I want to go up to 4 of each of those. Why, Ironclad? Actually, you didn't make it. Actually make a suggestion. Don't just shout cards at me. What are you looking to do? What do you think those cards do that makes them useful? Why are they good inclusions? What problems do they solve? So like Llanowar Elves, for example, is a card that helps us get set up faster so it's more difficult to race. Why are your suggestions good? This is 12 pieces of acceleration. That's a lot of ramp. Maybe put the third trophy back in. How many creatures is this? It's only just 21 creatures. Elf actually makes Massacre Girl better too, because it's a starter for Massacre Girl that we get to play. I mean, I'll just put 2 of her in the main. I think 5 accelerations is good. Yeah, like, I think if we want another expensive piece of top end, it needs to be a card like this that interacts with and plays to the board. I think is ideal. Let's try this. Let's play one more before we call it a day here, huh? It's been a long day, but I kind of like what this deck is doing. It's neat. Has my gears turn in. A lot of neat little engine things like this to explore in this format. Sure. Not amazing, but fine. We'll fetch Forest on 1. Perfect. Now we don't have to. Yeah, I agree, Marty. Good examples of like cores where it's like, well, not everything is right here, but We're figuring out some of the details as we go. Let's get rid of that so they don't get to draw a card here. Down to 14. They have a cleave. Well, they could have a cleave now. I'm going to go no blocks here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Even if they have a cleave, we go to 4. Missed a point of damage. Should have attacked, obviously. That's fine. Probably not going to win this game by inching out points of damage, so... Yep. So this does 2. And then this does 2 on this after we block. So we're not dead to this next turn, so that's nice. Hey Sheehan, thank you for the 3rd of the year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Oh. Got it. Tank, kill you. That's my favorite Magic Arena play. Oh, are we gonna make it out of this? Doesn't look like they have anything. Oh no. Oh no. Alright, so I want to board in some interaction here. What do I want to trim? Probably just some of this ramp. That still leaves me 3 cards I need to cut here, theoretically. Maybe it's just some of my top end. I'd be greedy and go down to 1 Oracle. They're not going to discard it or anything like that. Let's try this. What's Maverick? Maverick is, like, green-white creature toolbox. It's, generally Knight of the Reliquary deck. Plays, like, Noble Hierarch, Mother of Runes and stuff in Legacy. Pulse is an excellent, excellent catch-all. If your deck makes green and black mana, I'd recommend playing it in this format. Alright, don't Maelstrom Pulse their Llanowar Elves, or you have Llanowar Elves, Hogland. Don't do it. Don't do it. Have a heart. Yeah, you can Witch Figure him, though. Witch Figure the crap out of those Llanowar Elves. Yeah, I don't think Historic Anthology 2 had any... There weren't any Burning Tree emissaries in it, right? Like, I thought Anthology 1 was really good, with the asterisk that Burning Tree emissary just shouldn't exist in it. I don't think there's any, like, misses in my mind in Historic Anthology 2. Which figure is a play on words? Which figure did I want to get rid of? This one right here is the bad joke. Oh, I should have fetched another black source there, probably. Should have fetched a black source for sure. So I could do both of these in a turn. None of those are very useful, so we'll take the redraw. Cast down sounds great. But I like to not attack with the Underrealm Lich here because I want to, what's the word I'm searching for? I want to play defense against like a Questing Beast or a Spellbreaker if they have one. So smart and thin. I gotta kill this stupid egg. Yeah, Lich gives you a lot of selection. We're just like super dead to another Questing Beast. Maybe I am just supposed to play the frog, because we're just like dead to Questing Beast regardless. Alright, if they brick here, we probably come with them next turn. Sweet memes are made of these. Who am I to disagree? So again, every time we put a land in the bin, we get to re-trigger here. So the goal is to flip the entirety of our deck into the bin, picking up a Thassa's Oracle along the way. General assumption that our curve didn't want to be touched. No, I think your base assumption that our curve doesn't want to be touched is wrong. I think I disagree with that assessment. I think this format, while less brutal than their non-rotating formats, tends to still be fairly brutal. Oh, gotta take that one. This isn't deterministic, it's just very likely that is correct. Although when we find something like Fabled Passage, that's a redraw for us, so every time we hit, we get closer to deterministic. So there's, now we're deterministic, there's 11 cards left in our deck, and I have 2 redraws here. And remember, you can't deck out with Lich in play. It is not possible. So our deck is now empty. We play Thassa. We move to our main phase. We play Thassa's Oracle. And again, had we gotten unfortunate and there was a pocket in there where we couldn't keep redrawing, cracking Fabled Passage with Gitrog Monster in play gives us another, gets it re-going, because Gitrog Monster says when a land hits the graveyard from anywhere. Correct, we can't deck even if we wanted to. Did you explain how you can't deck with Lich? Yeah, Lich says you don't draw cards. It says if you would draw a card, instead do this other thing. So, in order to lose the game with an empty deck, you have to go to draw a card from a deck that is empty. Yeah, this is fine, right? To be a little bit interactive here, which is probably a good thing because we're on the draw. I'm going to lead on this, even though it could come into play untapped later, because I want to just, like, have my black source and not take damage from it, ideally. Yes, yeah, Ghost Quarter is 2 redraws. Is exactly right. This can combine with cards like Vivien to hit the combo. It can, yeah. That's what we're playing. That's what we're playing Arkbow for, as Marty pointed out. And Arkbow is especially good with our combo when we have Gitrog out, because Arkbow with Gitrog in play lets you just cycle a land for 0 mana. So with Gitrog out, you can just like discard a card, discard a land, pay 0, draw a card, which is sweet. Okay, just want to keep their board pretty clear here. Next turn, we'll get to crack Fabled Passage, put Underrealm Lich into play. Yep. Block. So if they attack, they'll deal 4, but their Spellbreaker will die. Because I'll pay 4 and make this indestructible. Yeah, it comes at a cost, though. Yeah, the fact that our combo pieces kind of find each other and that, like, their brick walls on the board is, like, pretty reasonable. Great, go. Speaking of finding each other. So again, we're not deterministic here, we're just incredibly likely. Not deterministic. Incredibly likely, though. Yeah, this is definitely what I would play again. I kind of like where we ended up at. I think we're gonna have a couple of favorites tagged today. Yeah, I like what this is doing. I feel like Chupacabra kind of sucks. Like, I get that it's a creature we could find with Arkbow. Is there, like, another pseudo-interactive decent creature we could play that's, like, not Chupacabra? What's another Sultai thing that's, like, there's only, like, useful, like, 2 or 3 mana? Hostage Taker's 4 again. 4 just feels like too much mana. Yeah, Rejuvenator could be okay, just like more acceleration. Murderous Rider. I like that suggestion. That's the winner. It's like not removal when you Arkbow into it, but like most of the time when you're Arkbowing, you're digging deep for these anyways, right? And I just want like some constellation hits basically. And if I get this as a constellation hit, it's gonna block most of the time and be fine, right? This is probably the droid we're looking for. It's like less good when you hit it with bow, but it's still like blocks and gains you a little bit of life. And like as far as like constructed playability goes, this card's more powerful than Ravenous Chupacabra, right? I think that's a good suggestion. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, I mean, if you're to set a bar that's incredibly low, I'm not certain you could limbo under this bar, but I think this is the best Gitrog Monster deck I've played in Historic to date. Which turns out shoving it into a combo shell seems very reasonable. So yeah, if you're looking for something sweet, I think I would recommend giving this a try, and let me know if you find anything else with it. Someone recommended Jadelight Ranger. Jadelight can be a super reasonable card in this deck too. Jadelight's a card that provides selection to help you find the specific cards you're looking for. And our deck just has an incredibly high land count, right? Like the fact that we're playing 29 lands means that Jadelight Ranger would unmulligan us a lot of the time. Provides us with nice gas for Vivien Arkbow activations because it's pretty likely to draw 1 or 2 cards in our high land density deck. I could see a world where Jadelight Ranger is better than Growth Spiral, for instance. It might also be worth testing in this slot here with Murderous Rider. It's another thing that's going to occasionally have 1 toughness to work with Massacre Girl as well. Yeah, it's easy, pretty easy to cast turn 2 off of Llanowar Elves. Yeah, I could see that. How many green sources are in here? We have 3, 7, 8, 12, 13, 17. Yeah, I could definitely cast Jadelight Ranger plus these. Yeah, I think Jadelight's probably a card worth testing too. All right, I've been live for like, I don't know, like 8, 9 hours. I went live at like 8 o'clock, so like 9.5 hours. I'm going to call it a day. I will be back tomorrow morning. Remember, you can find my schedule up on my website as always for the foreseeable future while the world is in uncertain terms, and more specifically, while the world has schools closed. I am going to be streaming on the weekends moving forward. So I'm still planning to do my normal kind of 8 to 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on what exactly we're looking at type schedule. So I'm going to be live again tomorrow on Monday. I'm going to take Tuesday and Friday off this week. So I'll be here Wednesday, Thursday. I'll be live Saturday through Monday again, probably. So I'll post my schedule at the end of the week as always. Catch all the all around later. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Sunday wherever you're at in the world. Stay safe out there, folks.